what do you bring to the table?
Well, I feel like...
Hey everyone, welcome back to Our Minds Lifestyle. We focus on finances, relationships, and more.
Welcome to Our Minds Lifestyle. My name is Ethan Belay, and I'm trying to figure out what my host is, but...
What's up?
I'm so confused right now.
Today is Dress Like You're a Man Monday for our Spirit Week.
Oh my God.
So I decided to dress like you.
Well, apparently...
Or I guess I gotta
My name is Ethan Belay, and today we have Ethan Belay.
Ethan Belay.
Ethan Belay.
Joining us. Ethan Belay on the beat.
What's up, man?
You like my outfit?
I'm feeling
Is this something
fit.
you would wear? I got it out your closet.
I see that. I'm feeling the shirt.
I figured you would like it, and I'll show a little bit of chest. I know you like to show a little bit of chest.
Yeah, I'm showing some chest today.
So yeah.
Some chesticles.
I had your shoes on, but I took those off because I kept tripping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're a little too big for me.
That's true.
But, so yeah, today, for you guys at home, if you're watching this, hopefully you guys were able to dress like your partner today. So today is Dress Like My Man Monday, so dress like your partner today. And...
What's the topic?
You said you wanted to talk, you had something, you want to know what I bring to the table.
Yes, so there was a woman, she was talking on Instagram, and she was saying that I might have to clip it, like put in the link to it, but essentially she was saying like the reason why marriage rates are going down is because men no longer find like it's more of a liability for men to get married in today's age. And she was saying that most women are blaming it on men that marriage rates are going down when 80% of divorce is initiated by women, and women with college degrees or women that have a higher education, initiate 90% of divorce. So she was like, in most cases when most women leave just because they're unhappy, she was like, when women really don't bring much to the table, like what do you as a woman bring to the table? That's what she stated. And I thought it would be fun, since we've been married for 10 years, to ask my wife, what do you bring to the table?
Well, I feel like that was an insider. I bring personality. Clearly, I bring personality. But on a serious note, I think what I bring is peace. I'm really good at peace. So every day, it feels good to have someone to come home to that's kind of like your I don't want to say your shelter, but I'm your peace of mind. And with me being your peace of mind, it's really, because when you're out there, you're dealing with so much. You're dealing with the stress of a man, stress with paying bills. I feel as if when you come home, I'm your safe space. So I give you time to rest. I realize I can be a lot sometimes as far as like always wanting your company. And I know that you need your time to rest, but then also it feels good just to have somebody that you cuddle up to, someone that you can trust. So my characteristics is being loyalty, adding peace, obviously income. You know, in this day and age, having 2 incomes is better than 1.
So in other words, nothing.
No,
I'm joking.
A lot. Income is a big one.
Because they said that we need to be more toxic on this podcast, so apparently I need to be like just dogging my wife on this podcast. I got that a few times. They were like, y'all podcast is just not toxic enough for me. So it's
well then it's just not for you, boo.
Right. So
bruh.
Okay, so you bring personality, you said personality, peace, personality, peace, safe space, companionship. If every it's kind of like that. I did another episode where I referred to females as being like acting like dogs, because they say men are dogs, but you know, women act like dogs. So a lot of us all have dog characteristics if it comes down to it. And what I was going to say is that they say a dog is a man's best friend. I'm not calling myself a female dog, but to use that analogy, I feel as if everyone needs that companionship.
So people out there that don't have that, a lot of times I feel like it's worth you.
So you bring companionship.
Yeah, and I feel like it's worth, our relationship works, and the reason why you are still with me is because I bring peace, I bring companionship, I'm loyal, I'm honest. Obviously you got consistent sex, you know what I mean? You get consistent head. So you have that, you don't have to go look for it, because there are men out there that are not being sexually active because they don't have there. So yes, sex is a big thing that I feel like I bring to the table.
Okay.
And then peace. And then also, you know, every now and then I cook. Cooking is not my strong point. I would say that. But there's a lot of meals lately, especially with me changing my diet where I can't have gluten and all this stuff.
I'll give you props.
I've been really, because my diet's different now, so I've been experimenting. But you like it. And even if my cooking's not the best, you're always full.
You're always
never
learning
hungry.
Though. Like,
and I'm always learning.
I mean? Yeah. So
I'm always trying to be better at something.
Right. Do you have more, or do you want me to?
Of course I have more. I can't think of it right now, but I'm sure there's a long list. Let me see what's on this list else that I bring. But
so I think it's one of those things where if you don't have one, you don't understand. So, because I'll tell what you bring to at least what I feel like you bring to the table from a husband's point of view or a man's point of view. But to start with, all of those things I can do for myself. Just like all the things that I provide for you, you can do for yourself.
Right.
It's just nice to not have to do those things for myself. So it adds value to my life, because a lot of things that you provide, I could easily hire a maid. I could easily hire an escort. I can easily hire a cook, a chef. I make my own money, so I don't need you for any of that. But by you bringing those things to the table, it makes my life 10 times easier. So before I go into like why I feel like a wife, a good wife, a valuable wife is an asset to the table, I'm gonna talk about what you actually bring to the table. So, I mean, sex is one of them. I really don't count it, just because I personally, like, even when I was single, that's something that, like, I really never had trouble having access to, if that makes sense. But a safe sex partner and someone that I feel comfortable to be vulnerable with during sex, and also not have to worry about, like, you know, getting tested, you know, every other month, like, you know what I'm saying, or every month, like, depending on
every week,
like, the level of trust with our sexual activities are a lot higher, because we're not just openly sleeping around. That's one thing. The second thing is everybody needs companionship. Most people don't have it, and I think that's why the world is so cold. That's why you got all this content where men are mad at ignoring that. Men are mad at women because they feel like they're not the same as what a traditional woman should be. And that's why women are mad at men, because they feel like men aren't the same. Because everybody's lonely and bitter right now. Everybody's against each other. Everybody's divided between financial classes, racial classes, economic standards, sexual orientation, sexual identity. Everybody's so divided. So to have somebody to where none of that, all of that noise is not in your household, and actually have somebody where it's just like, okay, well, all this around us is going on in the world,
right,
except for this little bubble of peace. So you said you brought peace. No. Peace is not a thing that you bring to my life.
I do bring peace.
No, bro, you don't
Order in the court.
You don't
Honor,
bring peace,
I
bro.
bring peace.
You literally walked into this podcast dressed like me, bro. Who does that? Which, it's funny.
It's
I'm joking.
peace.
I'm really joking. But you actually bring excitement.
Excitement was another
some
one.
form
Peace,
of excitement. In some ways, and also, I would say a level of peace. I'm really joking on that. Some level of peace. I can meditate to get peace. Again, this is not something that I need from you, but it's something that you provide. Now, if you are a horrible wife and a horrible partner and a toxic partner and we had a toxic relationship, peace is not something that I would get from you. So it also matters who, because I provide peace for you as well. Like especially like, you know, I provide peace and excitement as well. So at the end of the day,
you didn't dress like me today.
Yeah, I'm not. It's too much of that going on. That's not my thing.
That's okay. Because I admire you, I decided to dress like you today.
And I appreciate that. It feels good to be admired. And I actually, you know, there's things that I admire about you as well.
Then just dress like it.
I'm okay. I'm gonna pass on that. But no, like realistically, like I think that if I think the problem is, and I think we talked about this when we were on live with a few young ladies, and shout out to them. Which I'm horrible with names. I only remember Sydney's name, and there was I remember BJ. One more.
It starts with a C. I'm really bad at it too.
Yeah. But if you can look them up, I'll talk about it. But
we'll put their information in the description.
I'll put their Instagrams in the bio just because I forgot. I'm sorry, I'm bad with everybody's name, so don't judge me. But no, like when they, you know, when we were talking, I was saying that when people go into like everyday life, all we think about is what benefits me. How can this benefit me? If we
Kira,
let me see. I'm gonna just say Kira. Sorry if I butcher your name. It's not on purpose. We just gotta put the link to your Instagram in the bio. But no, like essentially, like, you know, when you bring somebody into, like, when it comes to a relationship, a lot of times what people get it twisted is that they always think about what's in it for me, what's in it for me, what's in it for me. Mm-hmm. Even me and you have gotten caught up in that trap before. But a lot of times it's if you switch that mindset with a healthy partner, you should really be saying, how can I benefit this person? How can I add value to this person's life? Because if you're worried about how you're going to add value to my life and I'm worried about how I can add value to your life, imagine what type of environment that would be versus us constantly trying to take from each other.
Right. And I feel like that's really what marriage is. When it comes down to it, it's a business. And with us, what we're doing is we're bringing our resources together at the end of the day is really what a marriage is, in my opinion, is just bringing your resources together. So you can go out in the world and do all the stuff that I just named. I can go out in the world and do all that stuff. But when you find someone that y'all have are very like-minded and you have my interest at heart and I have yours, that's how you build a solid team. And then you just keep dividing from there. And with us, I feel like we're a solid team because we do that. Mm-hmm. You know, and then also when you're feeling down, there's a lot of times where I'm pretty sure as a man or as a woman, you just don't want to get out of bed sometimes. And if you're in that house by yourself and then you don't have that person that's checking in with you or that's there to help you, a lot of times you probably just stay in that rut. But for me, and sometimes it can annoy you. It probably definitely annoys you because I hold you accountable and I expect you to hold me accountable. So if we say, hey, we're going to the gym, or hey, we need to get out of bed because we have deadlines to meet, or whatever the case may be, that's what we do for each other. At the end of the day, we bring our resources together. It comes to technology. When it comes to this podcast and technology, I need help in that. And with us building together, you can get that from anybody, but getting your resources from within is what keeps us moving forward.
And the sad part is honestly, I feel like, and this is actually a double standard, not a double standard. It actually goes for both men and women. But the problem is you have too many people idolizing strangers. Mm-hmm. Like especially especially in our community, in the Black community, I feel like the biggest culture is the hip hop community. Right. But if you living by that, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got too many people preaching about one thing when they're really living a different lifestyle. Most of these rappers that say they got all of these women are really got wives at home. Like most of these people, they live in honest lives when they like, I'm not gonna say the rapper, but like you got rappers that are talking about, you know what I'm saying? You got Future rapping, I'll say it, you got Future rapping about saying he sipping lean, but if I'm not mistaken, there was an article that came out about him going to like rehab or something to get off of lean, but still rapping about it. Now, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I'll be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But if this is correct, like honestly, what is the term for somebody that's not living what they're preaching?
A hypocrite.
A hypocrite. Yeah, you're a hypocrite. If this is true, then you are a hypocrite. But then, like, for example, you got Cardi B saying, I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me tell you how I got this ring. Like, obviously, it's a song. It's a fun song. So I'm not going to completely villainize her for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But for the women that are actually living that really think that that's how you going to really keep a man, like, bro, you bugging, bro. Like,
are you now take away from the song? Are you saying like sex won't keep a man? Is that what you're saying?
No, absolutely not.
And I agree 100%.
Now, sex will contribute to keeping a man. Don't get me wrong.
Right,
but it's far from.
The crazy part is there's this thing. Even with cooking, you can clean as much as you want. You can cook as much as you want. You can have sex with your man as much as you want. If a man still has that urge to cheat and he's the type of person where he doesn't value himself or you 100%, he's still going to do it. You can cook the best, clean the best, it doesn't matter. If you're not disciplined within yourself and don't, like, for example, the main reason why I feel like you haven't cheated on me is because the loyalty that you see that I give you at the end of the day will feel really bad that if I'm going to stand up for my best friends that are girls, or if I'm going to stand up for my sisters, why would I hurt the person that shows up for me every day? So
your level of loyalty, I've never experienced that. Every close friend or family member has completely screwed me over at least once. And the only reason we're still cool to this day is because I've forgiven them. Mm-hmm. Like, there's not one person on this planet that you can go, they may not like something, they might not like how I do things, but there's not one person that can say that I honestly betrayed them. Right. But 90% of my friends have betrayed me at least once. Mm-hmm. The level of loyalty that you've shown me, I've never had that. And as a wife, that is a really good gift to bring to the table, is the level of loyalty. Like, if like really like,
but
even
what about
as
the people who but at the end of the day, I can give you all the loyalty, but it has to take something in you to want to honor that loyalty.
Right.
Because there's a lot of women out there that's probably really, really loyal, but the man is still cheating on them. Mm-hmm. The man, you know what I mean? At that point, it's something internal that he has to figure out, because all of us are our own person at the end of the day. And the one thing I like is that
maybe he should be honest.
That's what I'm saying. He has to go in and internally figure that out. That's just really with that. You have to figure it out. Mm-hmm. But also what I was going to say, darn it, I just lost it. It's there and then it's gone. It was there.
I don't think you can keep a man that don't want to be kept.
That's facts.
I think you can't keep a woman that don't. Even you've heard me say this. I'm not keeping a woman that don't want to be kept.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, it's when she was talking about like, what can you bring to the table? Imagine meeting somebody that is like on your type of time.
Now, everything that I listed in the beginning, is that enough to bring to the table, or what are people actually looking for?
I feel like as a husband, it's a little different, because we met when we were really young, so I didn't really know what I was looking for in a wife when we met. I just got it, if it makes sense. Like, honestly, we both really got lucky to have met at such a young age, and then to find everything, like, maybe not everything, but find at least a lot of characteristics. So if I was single now, so for me to say what I'm looking for in a wife kind of doesn't really make sense, because I already have a wife, and we met at such a young age, and we just kind of just went with it, and then it worked. But if I was, as a 29-year-old man, I would say I'm looking for somebody that's not a headache, like something like the world, especially for a man. Like, I don't care what anybody has to say for it. The world is 10 times harder on a man than it is for a woman. Mm-hmm. Like, don't get me.
Everyone can agree to that.
Not really, because most women will swear up and down that life is harder for women. Don't get me wrong. Women have different struggles than men have. Yeah. So it's not like for me, I'm not saying it as a.
If we had to round everyone up.
Can I finish?
It's going to be harder for men.
Can I please finish?
No.
Okay. Well,
this is the
I'm going to finish anyway.
Toxicity that they
So
look for.
You're a woman a woman, it's not a compare. I'm not saying this as a comparison. Like, oh, my life is harder for you, like harder than yours or whatever. I'm not here for that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that the struggles that we face are totally different. The level of isolation that a man feels is nothing of what a woman will ever feel.
Right.
Like
I think we can agree that.
Yeah. Even when I go into networking groups, the energy that I get from people is automatically kind of like, and I'm a very welcoming person. The energy, especially the energy that I get from other men, is always kind of like what's he doing here? Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter where I go, I'm a sociable person and I'm confident, so it doesn't really faze me much. But the amount of times that a woman's phone will go off versus a man's phone is like night and day, depending on the person. But in most cases, the phones are even people hitting up my line just to check on me. You'll get a call from your friends to say how you doing. It's only like 3 people that call me consistently. That's you.
Believe it or not,
brothers.
I don't really get that many phone calls either.
Yeah, but you get
like I'm in a lot of group chats.
Right.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, but also like you have like your friends are more liable to pick up the phone. Your friends are more liable to pick up the phone to just see how you're doing or just to talk to you as a woman. Like everybody loves women being around. Like a man has to bring value to the table for people to love, for him to be around. It's something that a man has to bring to the table. So it sucks that it is that way, but I mean, what I'm gonna do, cry about it? You know what I mean? So it's like, right. So with that being said, like the level of so what a woman brings to the table a lot of times is that that companionship, like for that man to not.
So is that enough for someone to want to get married for companionship, or can someone still get that and not be married?
I mean, yes and no.
Because I feel like I know that divorce rates are going down a little bit, and so is marriage, which makes sense. Why? A lot of times people are getting in relationships that are not compatible. So with people not being so quick to get married, when it comes down to it, if you have a healthy relationship, even with us, we probably would have never got married if you didn't really have that conversation with Jerry. Because I've never been the type of woman to pressure you. If I've never got married, even when I was little, I've never wanted to be married. I don't know why, I just never wanted to. I wanted a reception. Like if I met somebody, I'm like, okay, I wanted our friends and family to come together and celebrate each other, but the actual marriage itself, it never intrigued me.
Like
just because of everything. I think maybe it didn't intrigue me because of all the negative stuff you hear about marriage. But I would say I'm glad that I did do it, because marriage is a beautiful thing and life is a beautiful thing. Honestly, I have this slogan that you create the lifestyle you want, and that's what we're doing right now. We're creating the lifestyle we want in our marriage. If we want to go out and do whatever we want, we can do within our marriage, because we're creating that lifestyle. If we want to do something individually, and at the end of the day, we have to understand as people that it is only our responsibility for our happiness. So I have to wake up and be happy and be motivated on my own, and I can't expect you to motivate me. And another thing that comes with marriage that I've been dealing with lately is nothing with our marriage, but it's more so, if you're not motivated, I'm not motivated.
Yeah.
And I have to get out of that. So if you don't want to do something, you're entitled to. Because there's one time we were at a CVS or something, and a customer, I was just overhearing like a customer and the customer, what do you call the people that work at CVS? A clerk? Yeah, clerk. We'll just call her clerk. So no, it was a he. So the clerk at CVS, someone came up to them, was like, hey, what are you doing when you get off work? And they're like, oh, I'm gonna check with my wife and see what she's doing. That line right there, I never liked, because if you check with your wife and she's not, or your girlfriend or whoever, and they're not doing,
that's
and they're
not true.
No, listen, and they're not, when he said check with her, it's like to see what she's doing. But there's times where now go back to us, right? If there's times where if I don't want to go out or if I don't want to do something, sometimes you'll stay home.
I don't think that's what they meant. I know what situation. Hear me out. I know what situation.
This is what he meant. When he didn't mean like I'm gonna check with my wife.
I remember you were telling me. It wasn't like let me see what my wife's up to find out. it was something. It was pretty much like, well, I got to see if my wife want to go out. That's what it was.
Yeah,
I remember that. That was a different situation. This situation that you're talking about is something that like I would do. Like at the end of the day, we're partners. So like who knows? Like you may have something special planned for me. Or
no, I get the checking part.
Like, or even if I'm
talking
just
about if I don't
you.
want to do something. The logic of when it comes to a relationship, there's a lot of times where you can check with someone, but the back end of it, if I don't want to do something, I can't get mad if you still want to go do it. You know what I mean? Like say you want to go out to eat or you want to go party or you want to go on a trip or whatever, but I don't want to go or I'm cramping or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of times in relationships I feel like the people won't go because they don't want the other person to get mad.
Maybe sometimes that's just their most valuable friend. Is like
it could be. I'm not saying
maybe
there's nothing wrong
like
with it.
Maybe it's not a dependence thing of like, oh, I can't go. Don't get me wrong. If it's a relationship where it's like you want it's certain things that you would like to do, that isn't toxic towards your relationship, but you just feel like it's going to be a problem if you do it without your.
That's what I'm getting at. Because I know a lot of people that it's a problem if they do it. That's right. Now, if you just genuinely want to stay home because at the end of the day, if she don't want to do that or he don't want to do that, but you love his company, that you're like, all right, well, let's have a change of plans. Let's pivot. We don't have to go do that, but let's do this.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to lay up and cuddle and watch movies, if it's something like that, then that's fine. Right, I'm talking to the people that do it because the other person doesn't want to, because that person might get mad.
Right. So to go back to like your to go back into as far as like what, because that's what the original conversation was about. I really want to stick on that because like it's I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired of social media and all this online stuff bringing it to my timeline about. If you ain't doing this, X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 like, bro, like, I'm so tired of the negative double standards with social media. Like, understand this, that not, like, because there was a girl, she was like, well, because you said something about, well, like, women are like dogs, right?
Mm-hmm. So they act like dogs.
They act like dogs. Like, and what you meant, she said,
I'm sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it. Because you were like the level of excitement that a wife feels when her husband gets home from work.
He's like a little dog.
Yeah, it's like the excitement. Like, I'm so excited to see you. I haven't seen you all day. You want to play? Want to do this? And to be honest with you, that's exactly the energy that, you know what I'm saying, you come to the table with. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. That wasn't a negative thing that you said. I think, honestly, it was an amazing thing. And to be honest with you, if somebody was to compare me to a dog, I'm gonna be honest, like on a like behavioral standpoint, as far as
dogs are so loyal.
Dogs are the most loyal. If anything, women are more like cats and men are like dogs. Yeah, like men are more.
No, women are still like dogs.
I don't know, because the way that I'm hearing women talk now, it's like on to the next. Like, okay, cool. And a cat is like that. Like, all right, feed me, pet me.
What can you do
if you
for
ain't
me?
Feed me, pet me, I'll go on to the next one.
I feel that.
Like that. So if you compare the behaviors of both, like, I mean, like, if you can want to, I tell her all the time, like, I'm a dog at heart because I'm the most loyal creature that you will ever meet. I'm instinctual. I eat somebody's face off to protect you. And at the end of the day, a dog love what a dog love. I'm a man at the end of the day, so it just is what it is. But at the same time, we look at dogs as being like being compared to other things. Especially women tend to get more offended by that. Like she wasn't calling women dogs, especially her being a woman. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm really tired of social media.
Well, that's also people aren't reading the full context of any conversation anymore. Like,
I think people have knee-jerk reactions to their emotional response.
Like, because I even asked somebody, I was like, well, someone who commented was like, women aren't dogs, but men are. So I comment, okay, well, why do you feel like men are dogs? Like we have this saying, and there's a lot of times people will say something just because they heard something. So if so many people, the first person said men are dogs, and then this person heard this person say it. Now this person's saying because they heard that person say it. It's a chain reaction, and I feel like
it all makes this world makes my head hurt. I be feeling like I don't belong here, bro.
We make things so complicated when we don't have to. We really do.
I feel like I feel like I was put on the wrong planet in the wrong.
You want to go to Venus?
I want to go to Uranus.
Nah, I'm okay. I heard
that was a joke. That was a joke. But like,
stinky. things.
But no, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm really tired of the negative energy that's being put on.
So
social
how do you
media.
feel like we can change
apart.
that? Where does that change start? How do you feel? What can we do today?
I think the biggest thing that we could do really is that we can focus on bettering ourselves and making sure that our relationship stays healthy.
How about that?
Like if we do that,
how can we stay healthy?
If we can do that, then maybe we can have an impact on somebody that maybe like or that's really trying to work on their relationship. Also, to the other couples out there or the people that like are looking for that significant other, like maybe we can be that percentage of like.
Yeah, because
maybe
honestly,
one day we might break up, but at least if we end it, hopefully it won't be on something like toxic.
Our
or
goal
scandal.
is that, right? Because we already, and we talk about this all the time. I'm famous for saying you need a greater exit strategy. So with us, we like you said, we're either going to break up or we're going to die. One of those are going to happen. You know, I don't know which one, but one of them will happen.
Technically, when you die, you break up anyway. So.
That's what I'm saying. So both of those are going to happen. No, I'll still be loyal. I'll still wear my husband chain. They'll think I'm delusional. Like, your husband's been dead for 15 years. What? My husband's dead?
Honestly, if you died, I don't really...
My husband's dead?
I don't know how I feel about that. I can't really speak on that.
You know what? I would turn into that person. Listen. My husband's right here. Ethan, you heard they said? Nah, bro. Yeah, you think he's dead.
Crazy, bro.
I would turn into that person.
This one is crazy.
I would turn into that person. Is that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's my level of craziness.
Just talk to me at home behind closed doors.
No, baby, I'm taking you in public. We do everything together. So listen, I'll be the type of person, I would do this. You know how we go, like I'll go to the bathroom and then most of the time we have to go to the bathroom at the same time, but we won't use the same bathroom. Well, sometimes we use the same bathroom, sometimes we won't. I'll literally, people probably get mad. Imagine me going into a one-stall bathroom, coming out, and then hurry up and close the door and say, oh, my husband just went in there.
You need help. You really need help.
I know that line would be so mad. I'm like, my husband just went in there. Give him a minute.
Yeah. You need
and
help.
then open the door, like, all right, we're ready.
I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you.
Mister, all jokes aside.
I don't know.
That would be a bad day. I'm not looking forward to that day, to be honest with you.
I'm not either. That would hurt.
Let's change something.
You tearing up, aren't you? See?
That's my husband calling. That's my husband calling.
Well, he need to come pay some of these bills.
Hey, you need to come pay some of these bills.
Right.
But
no,
yeah.
honestly, like, you know, and I'll leave it with this. Like, you know, what a lot of people have to realize is that stop taking all of these people's word for granted when they're talking negatively about things. Because you got to remember, I don't care how many homegirls you say are dealing with something. There are over 7 to 8 billion people on this planet with different experiences. You cannot project your own experience or your homegirl's experience onto the world. Mm-hmm. We have a habit of reflecting the world in our own mental image. Mm-hmm. And so for you to sit there and say that all men are dogs or
all women are dogs.
Yeah, or cats.
Or cows.
Or whatever the case.
Chickens, roosters, whatever animal you want to be.
Yeah, stop projecting, bro. Like, because it's toxic, and then you put a negative energy into other people. Like, I feel like with these people, with their voice, a lot of times, man, like, a lot of times with these people, they're putting this bitter content out. And honestly,
people are just not happy.
They're really not.
They're really
like,
not happy.
It's to the point where I'm just like,
because to be honest, there's like, even in some of the scenarios you'll mention, I'm on social media because I feel like I have to be. And then I also feel like I want to be because I want to give inspiration to others. I feel like our relationship, we're not perfect. Definitely not perfect. We actually had a disagreement before we started filming. But guess what? Y'all would never know unless we decide to tell you, because we don't ponder. We don't ponder on what's going on. We know our mission is to figure out why we're upset. A lot of times it could be something we're dealing with mentally, physically, who knows? And then we move past it. And if you're in a relationship and that's the person you fell in love with, if y'all still have the same mission and that's still a good person, you love them, move past it. Don't hold on to it. Because a lot of times I'm learning now how to move on. How to move on. A lot of people do not know how to move on. It doesn't matter if someone messed you over. Sounds weird saying that, but can't cuss no more. So if someone messed you over, if someone pretty much just really, I don't know, I just want to say, if you've just been hurt, if you're hurt by someone or someone hurt you, one, don't continue to let them hurt you. And your relationship should be a safe space. And if your relationship's not a safe space, then obviously maybe y'all got into a relationship too fast for the wrong reasons. And maybe that's why people aren't getting married right now, because they feel like maybe people are taking more time to vet people, or maybe they're not. Who knows?
No, I think what it is that the internet has raised the bar so freaking high. We got all of these overnight influencers and rich people and gurus that women think that rich men just grow on trees.
So everybody's just trying to protect.
First of all, if you make, I can Google it. I'm pretty sure the numbers. I'm guessing, but I've seen it online. I've actually did research on it. You don't understand, even if you're making $50,000 a year, how much of a minority you are compared to the rest of the world.
I think people know.
No, they don't.
They don't?
They don't know when it comes to dating. Because I swear on every, like
about you and
so like, you know what I'm saying, like you're so if you're looking, if one of the like, I could understand if a woman said, I want a guy to be financially stable. I could respect that. But if you say that if you have a dollar amount on a guy, that means that you have a price. That means you could be bought. Like, honestly, like and also you got to remember, women.
Because if me and you weren't together, I don't think I would look for another man like, oh, you have to make this amount of money. I would just want somebody that's a hard worker, and somebody that's a hard worker in a good way. And they also, me personally, I would just look for someone that has personality, that can love to laugh, and that's a hard worker.
But also, and also a lot of times,
it has to be a mental thing more than a physical thing.
Yeah.
Well, they have to be physically fit and attractive. Like if you don't take pride in your physical health, then me and you wouldn't be compatible.
Yeah.
Because I take pride in my physical health, so I need you to do that. And then your mental health. I need people to take pride in their mental health. So if someone is mentally ill,
bro, because we're not going to talk about all these Instagram models going over to Dubai and getting and playing around with people's number 2 for money, like degrading herself for a check. Do you think that's happiness, bro? Like, honestly, like if we gonna really dive into it, like a lot of time, like but you said everyone has you said that means you can be bought, but switch that. Everybody can be bought. If someone came to you everybody
today,
has a price.
Everybody has a price. Yeah. That's what you say. Everyone has a price. If someone came to you today and it was like, "Hey, can I poop on you for $1 billion?" Would you do it?
I don't know, bruh. I don't know.
So at the
I don't
end
know.
of the day,
That's
all of that is.
I'm gonna just be honest. It's so disgusting to think about it.
But that's
like
what I'm saying. So,
but I don't know.
It has to play devil's advocate.
Devil's advocate.
Yes,
Yeah.
It has to be that. So. You just said they're not happy doing that.
Bro.
Look, you said they're not happy doing that. But depending on the type of money, if I only
like
have
this
to let
one time,
I only gotta let somebody poop on me.
Change your life forever.
If they can build my skin that long, I can hurry up and go take a shower real quick. I'm not saying I would, and I'm not saying I wouldn't.
Right, like
but
that's a question.
It's something
like,
I don't. Right now, it's so far fetched. So I would say no. I don't see somebody walking through my door saying it.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day,
I'm gonna be honest. I got pride. We can keep that money.
Yeah, like
bro.
I feel like, you know what?
It's funny to like really think about like.
But to be honest, it depends what type of day I'm having. If it's the type of day where I'm like, I'm already having a poopy day. Come poop on me.
That's disgusting, bro. Like, ugh.
I might take it for my offer, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm gonna. What's the word? What's that thing saying? I'm not denying or something.
I'm not confirming nor denying.
I'm not confirming nor denying.
Yeah, I know I'm not getting pooped on, bro.
But you don't have $1 billion in front of your face right now either. There's a lot.
I know. Yeah, that might change. That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
because $1 billion, it's kind of like that taking one for the team.
Because you think about, hold on, as an entrepreneur,
now if you gotta do it online in front of everybody, no.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, because at the end of the day, you can say what you want, but I'm an entrepreneur and an investor. So if I had access to $1 billion today, bro, at the end of the day, one bad day One bad day, like you could say what you want about me, bro. Like one bad day, like that's why like me and my friend was joking about this because like he's gay, like he's strictly gay, and I'm strictly straight. So it's like it's funny to hear some of our like dialogue and our jokes that we be saying back and forth. Mm-hmm. And he's like, so you telling me like you wouldn't sleep with a dude for like a few $1 million? And I was like, like $1 million. Like you think about it, like I'll be broke for the like. Think about it like this.
It might be that mindset that keeps
like,
people down.
I would just be gay for a day, bro. Like, that don't mean I gotta be gay after that day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or that doesn't even make you really, that you don't even have to really be gay. It reminds me of Black Mirror. Was it Black Mirror that he had sex with a pig? It was like
that's disgusting.
The president
that
or something?
Is horribly disgusting.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm not.
I remember that. It was, I think it was, like that, right? It was Black Mirror.
He had to have sex with a pig. He had to do it.
He had to save, but it wasn't for money. He had to save his daughter. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If it was to save my child, I'd do whatever I need to do to save my child. I'm sorry. If she was kidnapped and I didn't know where she was at.
So $1 billion to put your kid in school and your future kids for one little turd. Now, hopefully it's not diarrhea. If he got diarrhea,
come on, bro. We about to get
if it's
monetized.
Diarrhea, then no. But if it's just a solid poop. I can probably
I feel like I'm about to get a monetization strike in my email in like 5 minutes. We didn't even upload the video yet.
Well, we took out the other words.
I know. Apparently, you can't curse on YouTube now. So
there's like really a whole bunch of going into it. So I was like, let's just not do it at all.
Yeah, I feel you. It's like might as well eliminate it.
Yeah,
like,
and at the end of the day,
I don't cuss around my grandmother anyway. So it's like I'm used to not cussing around most of my family.
So then we just don't cuss in front of our grandmothers
in our audience. But like but honestly though, like. No, we're not sleeping with any animals. We don't condone that. That is horribly disgusting.
This is all jokes.
Yeah, there's animal cruelty at its finest. And that's actually based off of a true show that's on Netflix. So please don't project that onto us. Secondly...
And people gotta learn to laugh. Like, I feel like there's just a lot of people in this world. Like, there's a post I had put up. And it was our first podcast that we've ever done. I'll put it up here. And we talked about... smiling. There's times where I don't smile every day. I do not smile every day. And I need to learn to smile because life is beautiful. I need to be grateful for waking up. I need to be grateful for being healthy. I don't care if there is certain things that's going on. I need to learn to embrace where I'm at now and what I do have and what I came from. So
I'm embracing that
be happy.
Tooted up on this music video.
We just need to be happy.
I'm just like, she really had it up in the air. But no, at the end
you were my choreographer, my director.
I was.
You told me to toot that thing up.
Yeah.
Toot that thing, mommy, make it roll. Is that the words?
I think you missed like 2 or 3 words, but it's all good. I get where you were coming from.
Listen, I like the song if I don't get the words right because I don't remember any words. But anyway, yeah. So what we bring to the table, you agree? What I bring to the table?
I don't think it's something that is a necessity, but at the end of the day, men need women and women need men.
I agree.
Because I'm a protector. I'm a provider, but don't mean that I need to provide and protect. You don't need me to provide and protect for you, especially now. At one point in time you did, but now it's it's the cherry on top to your life.
So now everyone's just, instead of it having to be a life or death situation, now it's becoming a choice. And because it's a choice now, people are choosing not to do it. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. But they're more miserable. At the end of the day, but they're more typically, and I'm not saying all single people are miserable.
But a lot of single people want to be in a relationship.
Health, if you look at the content, 90% of the content that you see, and I'm pretty sure y'all can attest to this, is bitter. It's giving bitter, bro. Like, it's giving really bitter. Like, and
this is our Spirit Week. So on Spirit Week, since today's just Monday, we're going to focus on just being happy. We're going to dress like our partners. We're going to have a good time. And I want y'all to let us know in the comments.
I'm not dressing like my
I want y'all to put the pictures up. We'll put our Instagram in there. So tag us in our Instagram, letting us know we want to see y'all pictures. We are doing a giveaway on Friday, which is the last day of Spirit Week. So for everyone that's participated in Spirit Week and everyone that's tagged us and subscribed to our channel, we are going to do a giveaway. We'll let you guys know what the qualifications are for that because it's a little more than just dressing up and participating. But we want to give back to you guys because if you guys been watching us, you know, we appreciate you. And let us know what conversations y'all want to hear. And also let us know how we can be better and provide better content for y'all. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we're still learning and y'all are still learning and we're going to learn together.
Did you have anything else?
Until next time.
Go be great.
Go be great.